Om Shanti. Today, 5 October 2023, Baba says, sweet children, have all relationships with the Father and your bondages will end. Maya ties you in bondage, whereas the Father liberates you from bondage. Question. Who is said to be free from bondage? What is the way to become free from bondage? Answer. Free from bondage means bodiless. Bodies or bodily relationship should not pull your intellect to them. There is a bondage in body consciousness. Become soul conscious and all your bondage will end. To die alive is to become free from bondage. It should remember in your intellect that it is now the final period and that the play is about to end. We are going to our Father's home and so we will become free from bondage. Song. Storms and hurricanes can do nothing to those whose companion is God. Om Shanti. The Father sits here and explains to you children, there are so many children here and so the Father would surely be unlimited. The Father explains to you, it is incorporeal Shiv Baba. Brahma is also called Baba. Vishnu and Shankar would not be called Baba. Shiv Baba is called Baba. The image of Shiv Baba is separated from the image of Shankar. The song says salutations to Shiv. It is then said, you are now the mother and father. It is easy to explain that only incorporeal Shiv can surely be called father. He is the father of all souls. Shankar and Vishnu are not incorporeal. They have their corporeal form. Shiv is called incorporeal. There are the images of all of them in the temples. There are so many images on the path of devotion. The highest on high image is of Shiv Baba. Then there are the images of Brahma, Vishnu and Shankar. Each of them has a form. Jagadamba, Jagat Pita also have forms. Lakshmi and Narayan have the corporeal form, where God alone is incorporeal. However, by calling him just by God, people have become confused. When you ask them what their relationship with God is, they would say that he is a father. Therefore, you have to prove that he is God, the Father. The Father is creator and so the mother is also needed. How can be the Father create the world without mother? When will that Father come? Everyone calls out, O purifier of the impure, come. The whole world is now impure. It is only when it is impure that he comes and purify it. This proves that the Father definitely has to come into the impure world. But according to Brahma, no one is able to understand this. It is only when they don't understand the Father comes and explains. The Father sits here and explains to you children, knowledge and devotion are only remembered in Bharat. Then they also speak of the day of Brahma and the night of Brahma. There is extreme darkness at night. It is remembered that when the Satguru gave you ointment of knowledge, all the darkness of ignorance was dispelled. Human beings have so much ignorance that they even don't know their Father. There is no other ignorance such as. Even after saying Supreme Father, O God, the Father, if they don't know him, there is no greater ignorance than this. When children say Baba, then they say they don't know this. His occupation, name or form, they call foolish, senseless one. The mistakes of people of Bharat is that they call him the Father and yet they don't know him. They sing, O God, the Father, come and purify the impure, liberate us from sorrow, remove our sorrow and give us happiness. The Father only comes one. You know this number wise. Some don't understand that they are to claim their full inheritance from the Father. They don't have the full introduction of Father and therefore they ask, what can I do? I have bondages. If you know how to die alive, your bondages will end. When a person suddenly dies, he is liberated from his all bondages. Now everyone bondages are going to end. You have to become free from bondages, that is your bodiless being alive. The Father said, forget your bondages of your bodies, etc. Consider yourself to be souls and remember me, your Father. However, you feel it to be a bondage when you become body conscious. You then say, how can I become free? The Father say, you may live at home with your family, but it should remain in your intellect that you have to return home. When a play is about to end, the actors become detached from the play. While playing their parts, their intellects are aware that short time remains and that after playing their parts, they will return home. You too have to keep it in your intellect that it is now the end. We are now going into divine relationships. While living in this old world, it should be remain in your intellect that you are going to the Father. You sing, we will surrender ourselves to you. We will belong to you while we are alive. We will forget our body and all bodily relationships and have with relationship with you alone. Since you have that relationship, remember him and love him. Connect your intellect in yoke to Father, your beloved, and the rust that has covered you will remove. Yoke has been remembered. All the other yoke are physical. You have yoke with the maternal and paternal uncles, gurus, saints, etc. The Father says, remove your yoke from all of them and remember me alone. Have yoke with me alone. Do not become body consciousness. While acting to your body, have the faith that you are playing your parts. It is now the end of this old world and we now have to return home. You have to go beyond bodies and all bodily relationships. Talk to yourself in this way. You now have to go to the Father. Some have the bondages of a wife, some have the bondages of a husband, and some have the bondage of someone else. Baba shows many more methods. Tell them you have to become pure and definitely make Bharat pure. We will become pure and serve with our body, mind and health, wealth. However, first of all, you have to become destroyer of attachment. If you are destroyer of attachment, write a letter to the government and they will also cooperate you. Tell them, Godspeed, lust is your greatest enemy. We want to conquer it and become pure. The Father's orders, become pure and you will become the masters of heaven. We have vision of destruction and establishment. They are now causing obstacle to us for becoming pure and beat us. We are doing true service for Bharat, now giving us ashram. However, you have to be true destroyer of attachment. Sannyasis leave their homes and families. Here you have to live with your families and become destroyer of attachment. The path of sannyasi is separate. Human beings say, while living at home with your family, give us such knowledge that we can attain liberation and liberation in life, just as King Janak did. We are now receiving this knowledge. The Baba says, this one is my wife. I create people through this mouth, his mouth. He says through this, the mouth of Prajapata Brahma. Shiv Baba says to you, you are my grandchildren. This one then say you become my children and then become Shiv Baba's grandchildren. You receive the inheritance from him. No human being can give the inheritance of heaven. Only the incorporeal gives you that. So devotion is separate from knowledge. In devotion, they read the Vedas, scriptures, have sacrificial fires, do tapasya, make donation, perform charity. There are a lot of expenses in those. All of those are the path of devotion. Devotion begins in the copper age when deities go on the path of sin and become impure. They no longer have the name deities because deities are completely viceless. When they go on the path of sin, they become vicious. So it would be said, those of the deity religion become impure by going on the path of sin. Impure one cannot be called deities, and this is why they are called Hindus. They have used the name Arya. and in the Veda and scriptures. The name Arya refers to the land of Bharat. Now, where did the word come from? The word Arya does not exist in Golden Age. They say 3000 years ago before Christ, the deities in Bharat were very sensible. Then, when those same deities become vicious in Copper Age, they are called an Arya. Someone said Arya, and the name continued. Just as one person said and brought God Sri Krishna speak, and everyone began to believe that. Although they sing salutations to Shiv and your mother and father, they don't know how he becomes the mother and father or when he creates his creation. He must surely create it at the beginning of the world. When would it be the beginning of world? The golden age or confluence age? The father does not come in golden age. Lakshmi and Narayan come at the beginning of golden age. Who made them into the masters of golden age? He does not even come in the iron age. This is the confluence age of the cycle. The father say, I come at the confluence age of every cycle when all souls have become impure and the world has become old. The father comes when the cycle of the drama is ending. You children have to be very clever and you have also to imbibe divine virtues. They are now holding a conference about the benefits of studying Vedas, and this is why one should study Vedas. They won't be able to come to any solution and they will then have the same type of conference next year. They sit down to solve something but nothing is solved. Preparations for the type of conference next year. Preparation for destruction continue to be made. They also continue to manufacture bombs. It is now the Iron Age. Only you children know these things. The things you say are unique. You know that human being cannot grant liberation or salvation to human being. The purifier is remembered, so why do they not consider themselves to be impure? This is impure world, an ocean of poison. Not everyone can become the boatman. You children have not yet received the power to be able to explain fully. You have not yet become that clever. You don't even have yoga. Even now, you continue to cry like little children. You are unable to tolerate the storms of Maya. There is a lot of body consciousness. You don't become soul consciousness. Baba repeatedly tells you, consider yourself to be the souls. We now have to return home. All the actors are playing their own parts. They will shed their bodies and return home. You just have to observe as detached observers. Why do you have attachment to bodily relationship and your bodies? You don't become bodiless. So your sins are not being destroyed. If you continue to remember Father, your mercury of happiness will rise. Shiv Baba is teaching us and we will then become deities, and so there should be unlimited happiness. You know that when the people of Bharat were in happiness, all the rest were in the land of Nirvana, land of peace. There are now so many millions of human beings. You are now making effort to attain liberation in life. All the rest will return home. The old world has to be made new. Only the Father would make it new. The sapling of this is being planted. This is a sapling of divine flowers. You are now becoming flowers from thorns. When the garden is completely ready, this forest of thorns will be destroyed. It has to be set ablaze. We will then go to the garden of flowers. Why should you not follow Mama and Baba? It is remembered, follow the mother and father. You know that Mama and Baba will become Lakshmi and Narayan. They are the one who take 84 births. The same applies to you. Their parts are the main one. It is written that the Father has come and is once again establishing the sun and moon dynasty of self-sovereignties. It is explained to you so much, and yet your body conscience does not break. My husband, my child, oh, but they are old relationships of the old world. Mine is only Shiv Baba and none another. It is very difficult to you for to finish your attachment to all bodily beings. The Father understands when it appears to be very difficult for someone attachment to break, his or her face is seen to be like that. Kumaris become very good helpers. Acha, essence for dharana. First point, remove your attachment from everything including your body and make full effort to become bodiless. Observe as a detached observer the part of every actor. Become free from bondage. Second point, go beyond this old world. Talk to yourself. I now have to return home. It is now the end of the old world. My part has now come to an end. Blessing for today is, may you be an embodiment of attainments and experience completion by becoming full of all treasures. Detail. When it is the full moon, that fullness is a sign of its completion, for it will not grow any bigger than this. Its fullness is that much. There would not be more growth. In the same way, when you children are full of knowledge, yoga, dharana, service, that is when you are full of all treasures, this fullness is called completion. Because such full souls are embodiments of attachment, they are also constantly close in their stage. Slogan. To attain total success with your divine intellect is to become an embodiment of success. I am repeating, to attain total success with your divine intellect is to become an embodiment of success. Acha, Om Shanti.